I've tried to record this video a number of times, and not just I've had to do a number of takes. I mean, I've stumbled over this intro. Because to talk about this series, I need to talk about things that I am fully aware that I don't have the cultural heritage and experience to talk authoritatively on. But I also feel it would be remiss of me not to include it. I can't just talk about the good things about this without acknowledging they are there. So I'm not trying to white knight this or virtue signal or whatever people want to call it. In the same way that I don't have an issue people talking generally about disability issues or trans issues, as long as they're not trying to claim experiences they don't have. If they're bringing things to light because they want to help people and be an ally and make people aware that certain things are not as good as people would like it to be, that's fine, and that's all I'm doing here. So, with probably the best intro I've done so far, so this might actually make it to Final Cut. Let's talk about Kim's Convenience, developed by Ince Choi, based on a play that they also wrote. This is a funny series. We can't take that away from it. Paul Sun-hyung Lee, Simu Liu, Andrea Bong, Jin Yoon, almost everyone involved is absolutely brilliant in everything they do. It's one of those that you can't really binge a lot of because it is kind of samey. The humour's a certain tone, and some of that humour, yes, is about Korean culture specifically, but some of it is general Asian culture, and some of it's just general funny things that happen. We do have Caucasian members of the cast. We do have people with different heritages. It's not just Koreans and East Asians. So it's nice to see that we have a lot of this mix there. But like I say, for all the good, there is something darker under the surface. It was probably most prominent in the 5th season, because what happened is they were told that they were renewed for 2 years, and that didn't happen. The last year got basically just swept out from under them. And it caused a lot of issues. It caused a lot of tension. Kevin White, who was also part of the producing team, kind of had a, ironically enough, predominantly white writer's room. And like I said at the start of this video, I know I don't have the authority to talk about anything about Korean culture in Canada. I've not had that life. But neither would a predominantly white writer's room, surely. If you don't have the proper representation in that room, surely all you're going to come out with is stereotypes. And that's not good. That's not what should happen. This series should have been a heartfelt reflection of what it's like to live that life and the various other Asian cultures in the area that they tend to group together and help each other out, as minority cultures do, as much as they can, or should, if they don't, I feel. But again, outsider's view, I know. But, like I say, you can't have that. So when Jin Yoon was predominantly the Asian representation in that room, it often felt apparently that things that she tried to say that wouldn't work or that weren't funny, that weren't what the series should have been, were largely ignored. And there was one particular instance with the 5th season, part of her character arc of getting MS, which is very, very, very rare in these kind of cultures, but it is on the rise, I guess, through mixing other, with other cultures and things. But she said, MS isn't a big issue for us. Do we need to give my character this? And it was like, you don't know about comedy. Now, I don't know much about Jin Yoon's history before watching this series, at least, but watching her in this and her delivery and everything that she brings to it, she knows comedy. I'm sorry, you can find a window. Don't open it, just launch yourself through. Thanks. Preferably high. Because this woman is great. This human is great at comedy. She should have been listened to as both an Asian and a funny woman. But like I say, I also do have a love for the series. So it's where I'm very conflicted. I know I only learnt of this towards the end because I was looking up, is MS really a thing to worry about? This is quite heavy for quite a light show, and then I found all this darker material surfacing. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. I was probably going to do a video on Kim's Convenience going, hey, this is really fun, everyone should watch it, but then it changed. Because that was my first thought. Throughout the first 4 seasons at least, I was like, it's fun, I like it. It's got a lot of love. Andrea Bung has weird childlike proportions to me for most of it. I don't know if that's just weird me, and I'm getting older and see everyone as a child below a certain age. But she was kind of endearing. It wasn't like an attractive thing. It was just kind of like oh, she's so cute and adorable. And like I say, all of these people have got a little place in my heart. When I saw Shang-Chi, I didn't see Shang-Chi. I saw Jung. So, yeah, I love the people in this, and everyone involved who wasn't, a part of the problem, which might be a minority, I don't know. I wasn't in that room either. But everyone involved who wasn't a problem, I respect, and I tip my hat to. But I knew about the fact that they're doing a spin-off series called Strays, which was actually delayed because of the whole COVID thing. But it mostly focused on Shannon's character, because we got this very sloppy backdoor pilot thing of like, oh no, I found my real family out and I'm probably going to hunt them out. But when I looked at all this information about how, it wasn't really led by Asians for some of it, and it should have been more under their control, one could argue, a realization hit. I don't want to watch that series. I don't want to watch Strays. I know people, again, will be involved in it who aren't part of that issue, but I don't want to give them the impression that I'm okay with what happened. Kim's Convenience was already done and dusted by the time I finished watching it. Wasn't going to be a problem. But I will not watch Strays, because Y is the only spin-off, the only continuation of this universe focused on the white girl. That is not good. That is not right at all. A series that was about Koreans who came to Canada with a dream, with a goal. They just wanted to start a new life, have a great life for their kids. That's the core of this series. That's the heart of this series. That's what I love about this series. And the humour, of course. And the fact that they're not the only people like that. It's people from various cultures who emigrate to other countries because maybe life in their own isn't as great as they think it could be, or even it's absolutely god-awful. So they want a better life. They go somewhere else that has better resources, better amenities, better quality of life. And that's the dream. To get the best life possible. If it takes moving somewhere else, go for it. There's another series that I'd want to talk about soon that does talk about the idea that we're all immigrants, or a lot of people in various countries are technically the children of immigrants, even if you forget that part of your heritage. So for a series based around the idea of pursuing a dream of moving to another country and starting a great new life, and the struggles that come with that, and being accepted into a community that is not your own, let's focus a spin-off on someone who hasn't had that issue. No thank you. No thank you. I'll be passing. As much as I respect, like I say, anyone who isn't part of the problem, no Strays for me. So, yeah. Kim's Convenience. Fun with an unfortunate, darker undertone behind the scenes. I would say it's already out. If you're not having to pay extra to watch it on Netflix or wherever you can find it in your region, watch it knowing that there's these issues behind the scenes, but leave it there. Pretend that that's it. There's nothing else coming. But until next time, as always.
Okay, see you!